Hello, my name is Sally Glover, and I'm very happy to be introducing myself today as a divorce angel, representing the Naked Recovery and specifically the Naked Divorce Program. In January this year, that's 9 months ago from now, I finally separated from a very unhappy marriage to my husband of 10 years. We have a 7-year-old daughter and we shared a family home. And in January this year, I finally made the break and I left that home and honestly was completely lost. I did not know what to do with myself, how to move forward. I didn't even know what I wanted moving forward. I just knew that I'd been very, very unhappy for a very, very long time. I felt very small and squashed and like I had entirely lost my identity. I used to be a very confident, empowered, business-like, ambitious, driven, successful woman, and I didn't recognise myself anymore. I had become small and frail and shy and lacking in confidence. I'd lost all my tools and was confused about what I wanted and how I'd got to be in this state. Luckily, because I have worked as a coach and a trainer for many, many years, I knew immediately that the way out of this confused limbo state was to get myself a coach and to be guided properly through a process to start making sense of everything, to repair myself, to come back to myself, and to come up with a really good, solid plan that called me into action. And luckily, I had an old colleague, Adele Theron, who has this wonderful program, The Naked Divorce. So I made contact, and within a few days of moving out of the marital home, I began the process of the Naked Divorce. I am so, so grateful that I did. The process, it's the most elegantly designed coaching process that I've ever experienced. I wish I'd written it myself, honestly. Adele has done such a great job of considering all the factors that a person needs to go through when departing from a long relationship and making sense of everything that happened, gaining really good perspective, being able to take responsibility for our part in the matter, and to find our way through a very difficult, complicated, often confusing time. I love the way that the process was designed. It has 3 very distinct phases: cocoon, metamorphosis, and release. And each day, each step really guides you neatly into the next part of the process. And I found the whole 30 days, it was like having a container for all of these very big feelings, for all of this confusion, for things that had been squashed and stuffed down inside for a very long time, to be dealt with, to be acknowledged and heard, moved through, released, leaving me free once again to really be clear about who I was, what I wanted, how I'd got to this place in the first place, and how to recover myself and start to regain all the parts of me that had been squashed and hidden for such a long time. The other part of the process that I really found life-saving was that you have access 24 hours for the whole of this process to your divorce angel. It was like having a trusted friend or a coach in my pocket. And for me, having just come out of the situation when things were still very raw, communication was very tense, there were many difficult things that had to be discussed, the finances, the childcare, our shared assets, all of these things. And so on a daily basis, things were coming along that were very triggering and difficult to handle. And so just being able to offload those things and receive a little bit of guidance and support, it was really the icing on the cake for this process. I loved it. And I can also see that even if you are a long time out of your relationship, but you're still carrying pain or hurt or stuck in some way, just to have that divorce angel accessible there, it just makes such a difference to be able to really go that bit deeper and not just do the written work and the reflection and the exercises, but to be able to, throughout the day, see where things were showing up and share those and get a little bit of guidance. I think the whole program was really beautifully designed, and I'm very, very proud to have completed that program, to have experienced the transformation that I have, and now to be on board supporting Adele and her team in delivering the Naked Divorce program. I think it's very much needed in the world. I can see as well that it really, if I hadn't have done this, if I hadn't have sought that support and gone through this process, probably the healing process would have taken maybe 2 years, possibly longer. Because there's always those things that are in your blind spot that you can't see. It's very difficult to coach yourself out of a scenario like this. And a breakup, a divorce, can be one of the most traumatic things that a person can ever go through. There's all those big feelings and triggering moments, and to have somebody else there holding your hand, acting as a container, it makes such a difference, such a profound difference. I can safely say 9 months on from doing that process and from the separation, that the relationship I now have with my ex-husband is for sure the best relationship we've ever had. Finally, all past resentments are clear. I am back to feeling confident. I know who I am and what I want. I realised through the process how much I had let my boundaries slip and how unassertive and frail I had become. And I'm now no longer that person. I am back to standing fully in my power, recognising when a communication is off and being able to handle that peacefully, with compassion, but yet assertively. So I can, hand on heart, say 8 months on, I am completely delighted that I completed this program, and I still am grateful every single day for how quickly I have come back to myself, to being, as I say, confident, assertive, empowered, standing in my power. I have a vision for my future now that really calls me into action, and I feel that I'm able to fulfill on all the steps required to make that dream my reality. And I believe that the way that we've held our child now through this process has also been dramatically improved. And if we had attempted to make sense of this situation without me having had that support, I can honestly see the situation would still be messy. So I'm truly, truly grateful that I had the experience, and I'm absolutely delighted now to offer that to others going through the same difficult, complicated set of scenarios. So please go ahead, book yourself a call if you're curious, find out a little bit more, and I would love to meet you and talk you through ways in which we can help. Thank you very much.